out of hospital and would she be sectioned and all that kind of stuff. So I felt like I was in pretty solid ground, and Chris had seen the film just recently and she was pretty happy with it. So, yeah.
Any more hands? Oh, right at the back, sorry.
Thanks. Hi, this is going to sound like an ironic question from someone who's lived in the West End of Glasgow for 15 years and yet is English. But it's really, the film set really, profoundly in Glasgow, and yet there seems to be hardly any Glaswegians, at least with speaking parts. The three main characters are all outsiders. Is that a deliberate thing, or was that about finding the right actors and then fitting the character to them?
Yes. It was the second part. It was actually. It wasn't designed that way. It was initially. James was certainly meant to be Scottish. Eve, I always imagined coming from a small town, Fife or Angus or something like that, and coming to Glasgow. And Cass, you remember, was meant to be either American or posh English somewhere. And we went through this whole process, and if, you very quickly you throw that away because you once we cast Olly, who's first out of the three, and my plans sort of went out the window after that. He was probably about 10 years younger than James was going to be, and he was English, and so, but you go with the talent, and I mean, I hope it didn't offend or worry.
No, it just was really striking, I think, seeing the place, so much a strong sense of place, and yet all the main characters being from somewhere else. And
yet, when I moved to Glasgow, I felt like an outsider in Glasgow for years, for 10 years before I really felt like I belonged to this place. And I was just from here, so so maybe it's true that in the sense that maybe that they did actually feel more like genuine outsiders, and the city was a slightly strange and exotic beast. You didn't feel, when you actually came up as people, did you feel the city was strange to you in any way? Or?
Well, we're all saying today, because we really fell in love with it. I'd never been to Glasgow.
Yeah.
Really fell in love with the city. And what's so nice about this movie, when you watch it, and I just feel like I'm back, and that's somewhere where I love the city that I made this movie, and I feel like the characters feel like that too, so it's nice.
Our summer filming the movie was kind of like the summer that's depicted in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, we just had a magical summer making music together, which was pretty great. But I feel like I didn't feel like as much of an outsider because we had you guys to show us around, so we kind of, I feel like we had an
Yeah, I don't feel like an outsider.
Yeah.
Hello. First of all, thanks very much. Really enjoyed the film. This guess is more of a point with two questions attached. Watching the film, I felt it was a really nice kind of European cosmopolitan vibe to it. And I was a wee bit surprised that you didn't mention any kind of new wave French cinema in any of the influences so far. So I was wondering if that had kind of much of an impact upon the direction, the style of the film. And I suppose secondly, to the cast, in particular with the kind of musical connection, was there a lot you could take from your own experiences, especially in terms of frustrations? I think of a scene in the Barrowlands at the start of the film.
Yeah, I mean, I've played a lot of terrible gigs. Like totally, and the drums are terrible. Like, you wish the drummer could drum in time. Like, I don't know, and that frustrated musician thing, I felt like I really, totally understood that. Was that the question? I can't remember what the question was. I related to it. Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not a musician, that doesn't really.
No, but I feel when I watch the film, I feel like it has a lot to say about being a creative person in general. And even though it happens to be about music, I think you can look at Eve. Like, I feel like she could be a writer, or she could be an actor, or she could be a dancer, or she could be anyone that wants to try and make something happen. And I think that I find that's one of the most kind of moving things for me, is how it speaks to you about just trying to make something that you want to make that's yours. And I think it doesn't have to be that you can identify with it, and not just as someone who's played music.
Yeah, as far as well, the thing is with the French, as soon as you start throwing French names around, it's always a little bit hazardous, isn't it? But absolutely, what do you know what I mean? If you bring as soon as you bring the nouvelle vague into things, there's a oh god, it starts with French. But no, they're a great bunch of lads, the French, especially in the '60s. So it's very much in the blood, especially the truthful stuff, the Antoine Douanel, you know, the string of movies that he made in the '60s and '70s, where the main character was Antoine Douanel. It starts off with 400 Blows, then Stolen Kisses. Stolen Kisses, that's the key one, yeah, that's the key influence on this. Then it's Domicile Conjugal, and the last one isn't so good. But truthful, he is the man.
You sent us some clips of Anna Karenina as well.
Yeah, from Infana to Fan, which is Godard, and that's of course that's a musical in a loose but great sense. Yeah, we aspire to that greatness.
And the scene from in the cafe, the like cooking scene in the cafe from Banter Park as well.
It's unavoidable, yeah.
Yeah.
but